So 9.1, solving equations and inequalities. Steps to solve an equation. Combine like terms. Combine like terms on each side of the equation. Okay? On each side, meaning you combine the stuff on the left, you combine the stuff on the right, separately. So combine like terms on each side of the equation, and there we're talking about could be the numbers or could be your variable terms. Okay? But you need to combine them. All right? Once they are combined, step 2 says get your variable terms on one side and numbers on the other. Get your variable terms on one side and numbers on the other. Okay? So, you're looking at the left-hand side. You've got a couple of different numbers up. Combine those numbers. Okay? Then maybe you got variables on both sides, you got numbers on both sides. Get all your variables to one side. It doesn't matter which side. Just get them all to one side, get your numbers to the other. And lastly, we are going to solve for the variable. And that just means what makes sense. What is my x value? X equals. What is my v value? Your y value. Okay? So get your like terms together on each side separately. Then get your variables to one side, numbers to the other, and solve for the variable. Okay? All right. Now, these are the different properties of equality that let us do this. So there's an addition property of equality. Says that if you add c to one side, you have to add c to the other side. There's a subtraction property. If you subtract c from one side, you also have to subtract it from the other side. It's balanced. Okay? If you add 50 pounds over here, you have to add 50 pounds over here. And the same is true for multiplication, if you're multiplying c, or if you are dividing by c. Okay? So we just do it, but these are the formal properties we follow. So let's go. Let's take a look at example 1. 4x plus 7 equals 9x minus 12. Are there any like terms on each side separately right now? On each individual side? Like on the left, can I combine any terms there? Or on the right? No. So we don't have to do step 1. So we go to step 2. Now we need to get our variables to one side, numbers to the other. Usually you want to take your variables and go to the largest coefficient. Okay? So that means my smaller number in front, which is 4, what am I going to do to move it to the other side? Subtract. So subtract 4x and subtract 4x over here. 4x is going to cancel out. Bring down what you have left. 7 is equal to, what is 9x minus 4x? 5x. And you have a minus 12. So you have an x term on the right with a number and this number 7 on the left. Well, my second step says I need to move x's to one side. My x is over here. We're not going to move it back over here. It's there. If anything, we're going to move that minus 12. How do I move it? Move it. Add 12. Good. And again, that's the addition property of equality. So Add 12, that cancels out. 7 plus 12 is 19. 19 is equal to 5x. And you're like, oh, Miss Thede, this isn't going to work out evenly. Is that okay? Yeah. These are the kinds of problems that are in the real world. You know where everything works out is mostly in a math class. All right, so we have 5x equals 19. I want to get x by itself. What do I need to do? Divide by 5. Divide by 5. 5's cancel out. Notice my x is over here on the right. I know you're not used to it, but it's okay. You can just leave it there. And my answer is x equals 19 fifths. Just leave it in that fraction form. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Any questions on that? Yeah, that's what we've been doing. All right, let's take a look at letter B. Oh my, we have decimals. You can handle it. It's the same type of thing. Do you have any like terms on the left-hand side of the problem? Yeah, we've got some K's, right? So 6.6K and 3.4K. When you are adding and subtracting, you need to line up these decimals when you're adding and subtracting. So 6 and 4 is 10, carry the 1. So it's 10.0, so that is 10K. So I just added those together. 10K plus 8 equals 6K. All right. I only have one number here. Would it make sense for me to move that single number? Not really. So let's move this K over to the other side with the other K. Now I know 10K is more, but since my number's here, I don't want to have to do things twice. So how do I move that 10K? Subtract. So subtract 10K, subtract 10K, 10Ks cancel out, bring down your 8. And what is 6K minus 10K? Negative 4K. I want to solve for K, so I need to, right now it's being multiplied. There is no operator in here. Multiplication is the only operator where you don't have to have a sign. So this means negative 4 times K. So to undo that, you divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. This simplifies out, and K is equal to negative 2. Questions on that? You're like, no, we know how to do this. All right. Let's go to C. So 2 times, that's again, we don't need an operator. Those parentheses need times. 3C minus 6 equals 6C minus 9 minus 5C. Let's look at the left-hand side. We have some parentheses. Can I combine 3C minus 6 here? No, those are not like terms. But I do see the 2 out front. I know I'm going to have to, what's that word again? Starts with a D. Distribute. So here you are multiplying 2 times 3C, which is going to be 6C, and 2 times negative 6, there, which is going to be negative 12, equals. Now, look on the right-hand side. Do you see any terms we can combine? Okay, 6C minus, that is a minus sign in front of the 5. So it's 6C minus 5C is 1C. And if you're ever not sure, I like to take whatever the variable is and say 6 carrots, because carrot starts with a C, 6 carrots minus 5 carrots equals 1 carrot. And that helps you. So I have 1 caret, that takes care of my C's, minus 9. Okay? All right, so now I need to get my C's to the same side. I've got C's on both sides. I've got numbers on both sides. Let's move the smallest C value to the other side. How would I move that? Subtract, because it's a positive. So we have to take that whole 1C and subtract it. Subtract, subtract. So the C's cancel out over here. 6C, 6 carats minus 1 caret leaves 5 carats. 5C minus 12 equals negative 9. All right, now I got to move my numbers to the other side. How do I move it? Add. Plus 12. Plus 12. Those cancel out. 5 times C is equal to, what's negative 9 plus 12? No, one's negative. Think of a number line. You go back 9, and then you go back ahead 12, which is 3. Yeah, you said it right. Somebody else didn't. So that's 3. I'm trying to solve for C. Divide by 5, divide by 5, and C is equal to 3/5. What if I wanted to check my answer? What would you do? Yeah, replace the C's with your answer of 3/5. Now, it wouldn't be very pretty, but you'd have to do some calculating in here. For every C, you would substitute in 3/5, okay? You have any questions? Okay, just put it in the green bin. All right, do you want to try letter D on your own? So you got a whole bunch going on the left-hand side there. Try letter D on your own, okay? While I'm walking around, just looking ahead here. All right, and we're back. So I love how this class knew the correct term of distribute, okay? You guys are becoming young mathematicians. That's fantastic. So we are going to distribute the 4, which means we're going to multiply. 4 times 8 is 32, minus 4 times 3 is 12H, plus 14H is what I had there before, equals negative 28. So far, so good? All right, what would you do next here? Combine your like terms. What is negative 12H and 14H? Positive 2H. And bring what you had up front before, so that's 32 plus that 2H you just had. Guys, put the phones away. Phones should be away. Equals negative 28. All right, so I got a number here and I have a number here. That's right, my H is here. It's the only H, so I'm not going to move the H. Move the 32. It's a positive 32, so to get rid of it, I need to subtract. 32 minus 32, that cancels out. 2H is equal to negative 60. Good. You're at negative 28 on the number line, and you lose 32 more. Then we need to solve for H. What's my final step? Divide by 2, divide by 2, and H is equal to negative 30. How many had H is equal to negative 30? Good. Okay. Please put that away. I understood you took the test. keep it away. All right, good. Okay, so I think that went pretty well for all of you. These last two, these are the last two we're going to do here, are probably the most difficult because we are trying to solve for y in terms of not just other numbers, but also other variables. So I have k is equal to 2 times y times z. Okay? We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I want to get y by itself. What did I say is happening with 2 and y and z right now? They're being multiplied. So how do I undo that multiplication? Divide. Okay, we're only going to get through one more problem, but let's do this one last problem. So what would I divide by to get y by itself? I need to divide by both 2, and I need to divide by that z on both sides. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So 2 divided by 2, that's going to simplify out to be 1. Z divided by z, that's going to simplify out to be 1. I'm left with y on the right-hand side equals, well, I've got a k divided by 2z. Can I simplify that at all? No. So that is your final answer. K divided by 2z. And sometimes it's going to look like that. And that's okay. All right. So you have a homework number 1 that was in the homework packet. This is not due until Tuesday, but you can begin it if you'd like. Also, the weekly Canvas activities, make sure you get the one done from last week, which is, I think, the week of the 17th. And you can also work on the week for the week of the 25th. Okay? Good job today.